What if I told you, not liking football might say more about your psychology than loving it does? In a world where billions are emotionally invested in a game, some people feel absolutely nothing. No excitement. No tribal rush. No emotional roller coaster. Why? Is it arrogance? Introversion? Higher intelligence? Or something much deeper?
Today we're breaking down the real psychology behind people who don't like football. And by the end of this video you might see yourself, or someone you know, very differently. So if you enjoy psychology explained simply and practically, hit subscribe to Mind Science Simplified. And stick around till the end because the final insight changes the entire perspective. Let's dive in.
Football is more than a sport. It's tribal, emotional, identity-driven. In many cultures, especially across Europe, South America, and even in growing markets like India, supporting a team becomes part of who you are. But some people never form that connection. And psychology suggests that's not random. Let's break it down.
One major factor for people not liking football: lower tribal identification. Humans evolved to belong to tribes. Sports teams act as modern tribes. But some individuals score lower in social identity attachment. They don't define themselves by group membership. They're more individualistic. They might think, I don't need a team to feel connected. It's not that they dislike people. They just don't derive identity from collective symbols. Some people simply prefer different types of stimulation. Football is emotionally intense. But cognitively, it's repetitive structure. For people high in analytical thinking or abstract curiosity, they may crave intellectual stimulation over emotional suspense. They might prefer strategy games, psychology, business, philosophy, complex storytelling. It's not boredom. It's preference. Their dopamine system responds differently.
Here's something interesting. Sometimes people don't like football because everyone else does. Psychology calls this reactance. When something becomes socially dominant, certain personalities resist automatically. If everyone says, you have to watch this match, some brains respond with, why? It's a subtle assertion of autonomy. They protect their freedom of choice.
Football is emotional volatility. Excitement, vigor, celebration, disappointment. Some people avoid it because they prefer emotional stability. Highly sensitive individuals may find intense crowd energy draining. Others dislike the aggression often linked with sports culture. It's not weakness. It's emotional regulation preference.
Values matter. Some people see football as entertainment. Others see it as commercialized, overhyped, time-consuming. They may prioritize productivity, personal growth, creativity, family time. Their brain evaluates cost versus reward differently. To them, it's not worth the investment.
For many fans, team wins feel personal. Team losses feel personal. That's called identity fusion. But people who don't like football often keep a clearer boundary between self and external events. Their mood doesn't fluctuate based on outcomes they can't control. They detach. And psychologically, that can increase emotional resilience.
Football culture is loud, crowded, social. Introverts often calculate energy differently. Large gatherings drain them. Even watching in groups can feel exhausting. It's not dislike. It's energy management. They recharge in solitude, not stadiums.
Here's the truth. Most people who do not like football don't hate football. They simply don't need it. Their identity, their stimulation, their belonging, their emotional highs. They get those elsewhere. And that's psychologically healthy. Different brains, different wiring, different tribes.
So next time someone says, "You don't like football?" What's wrong with you? Maybe the real question is, what drives your brain instead? Because understanding what someone ignores can tell you more than what they love. If you enjoyed this psychological breakdown, subscribe to Mind Science Simplified. We decode human behavior without bias. And tell us in the comments, do you like football? Or are you proudly indifferent?